Explored exciting topics. The lecture on insects as food introduced us to the idea of edible insects as sustainable and nutrient dense alternatives to traditional protein sources. Another lecture on Salicornia species helped us understand the nutritional richness of these helophytic plants and their growing potential as natural salt substitutes. Both sessions highlighted how nature offers diverse solutions for future food sustainability. As we move ahead, today's lectures promise to be equally enriching. The first one, fermented traditional wine from palm trees, microbial, nutritional attributes, and health impacts, will take us through the fascinating process of fermentation and, and its influence on nutritional and health properties of traditional palm based beverages. The second lecture, biotransformation of food and feed, will focus on how microorganisms transform and improve the quality and nutritional profile of food products. And we will conclude the day with a tutorial session titled Classroom Activities Discussion on Current Innovative Food Technologies and Their Impacts, which will be an interactive discussion for all participants. So let's begin the day with enthusiasm and curiosity. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Antonio Rapso to deliver the first lecture of the day. Welcome, sir. The stage is yours.
Good morning. Welcome you to this fifth day of the conference, and we will start this first session entitled "Fermented Traditional Wine from Palm Trees and the Microbial Nutritional Attributes and Health Impacts." So, the traditional wine from palm trees is fermented from the sap of diverse palm family plants, and here we have some examples. I think that most of these can be of your knowledge. So we have the coconut palm, the oil palm, the ron palm, date palm, kettle palm, nipa palm, and raffia palm. One of these, I believe, you have here in your country. So this palm wine is common in tropical regions of the Asia, Africa, and South America continents, where these palm trees grow. In these locations, the fermented drink from the palm trees is of great significance to the people. However, similar to other traditional fermented foods, in these regions the production of palm wine occurs by chance inoculation with uncontrolled fermentation. So this is one of the major issues. Therefore, discrepancies in the stability and quality of the product are rampant. The nutritional profile of palm wine, we can say it contains in the sap, in palm sap, sugar, protein, fat, and mineral matter. It is generally regarded as safe, with beneficial lactic acid bacteria and Saccharomyces yeast species that possess probiotic attributes. Here we have the major constituents of the sap of the palm wine. You can see it's interesting values regarding total sugar and also some vitamins, like the example of vitamin C, vitamin B1. We have also some other micro elements as iron and for example manganese and zinc with interesting content, and of course we compare with recommended daily intakes. The palm wine beverage is linked to high content of amino acid, potassium, zinc, and iron, and also as a good source of vitamins, especially from the complex B1, B2, B3, and B6. The nutrition profile of this palm wine makes it a good medium for microbial growth. Of course, due to these overall characteristics, or this content of protein, minerals, so it can be, and also sugars, of course, can be a good medium for the microbial growth. Due to the rapid fermentation by these microbes, hydrolysis of sucrose, fructose, and glucose can occur within 24 hours, so more or less one day. They are then converted to lactic acid and acetic acid and also ethanol. So this action reduces the pH of palm sap to slightly acid pH to 5, making it unacceptable to consumers as a drink when this occurs. The activity of the microbes in the palm wine produces phenolic compounds, so the fresh sap contains around 0.33 mg per liter of phenolic compounds that rises up to 1.24 within 58-60 hours, beyond which there is very little change during this period. One of the bioactive peptides produced by lactobacillus organisms like Bulgaricus, Acidophilus, Casei, and Plantar is melatonin, which acts on sleep and also on reproductive behavior and controls immunity, inflammation, and carcinogenesis and mammalian cells. So the probiotic yeasts in this palm wine were also reported to be effective in the treatment of accurate diarrhea in children due to the release of polyamines that helps to repair mucous membrane. So that can be also interested on this way. There is very little evidence on the pathways mechanism that are responsible for the production of bioactive compounds such as polyphenols during palm wine production when we compare with other wines, especially those ones that are produced from grapes and more common in most countries. So, however, the work of these researchers I'm citing here, Eruko and colleagues, shed some light in how bioactive compounds in raffia palm wine improves the antioxidant activities. The overall quality of palm wine is influenced by metabolites that are produced by the microbes to give it a distinct taste and flavor. And so the lactic acid, the acetic acid, amino acids, and esters are compounds that can influence also, of course, the flavor of the final product of the palm wine. So, some species of this lactic acid bacteria and fungi synthesize aromatic amino acids, leading to distinct aroma of palm wine drink. For example, the lactobacillus contributes to the biosynthesis and metabolism of glutathione. That is a very important antioxidant with vital role for cells protection, such as the hepatic cells, the hepatocytes, also the erythrocytes, and other human body cells against the injuries provoked by toxic compounds. Here we have this palmyra palm, where we can also produce this palm wine, this fermented drink, and we have it in India, mainly in the center and the south region. So and this is also about the distribution of this palmyra tree around the world. We have not only, of course, in India, but some places in South and Central America and in the African continent. And the palmyra tree, we have some specifications and properties related to each part of the tree we will use. So in the root, these authors, Prasad et al., identified antioxidant, antidiuretic, antiemetics, and diabetes properties. The same properties regarding antioxidant, if you see, are common to every part of the palm tree. Wherever we are talking about the roots, the fruit, the leaf, or the flower. And then, of course, in some of these parts, we have some specific properties related to each one. The same authors, Prasad et al., also identified how this can act, especially in the reactive oxygen species. So, and we have these health benefits that can act by scavenging of this reactive oxygen species. So they can have an important role mainly in the prevention and several diseases and several issues regarding our health as they are present in this figure, in this illustration. And the health benefits are identified as, especially from what is extracted from the sap regarding the cardiovascular diseases, also immunoprotective, anti-cancer. They are also responsible for electrolyte balance. They can be dermoprotective and improve the eye health, as well as anti-diabetic, hepatoprotective, and anti-anemic. So this can be very interesting also on this method. We can say that this traditional wine from the palm trees is a fermented alcoholic drink produced in several countries of the world and has been described as a functional drink. This is because it contains high level of macro and micronutrients, and most especially beneficial microbes to promote certain health benefits. Of course, we have taken consideration that the alcoholic content of the drink can vary from 4 to 6% of alcohol content. There is a lack of standardization in its production. This is one of the main issues, and thereby resulting in variations in taste, color, and aroma due to differences in sugar and ethanol content across different production countries and locations and sites. Research into the biochemical and microbial properties of the drink during and after production will be very useful in determining the level and method of production for obtaining optimum benefits for consumption, as well as helping the elongating its shelf life. This is very important in this way. So additional safe practices here, the safe practices during the process, flow, and packaging will eliminate the risk of contamination by extrinsic factors. And also, it is noteworthy to emphasize the need for adequate labeling of the packaged drink to include the sugar and the alcohol content, because as we already mentioned, this can be distinctive in different ways. Of course, depends on the site and the location and the way we will produce the drink. So as this would assist with making the product consistent in qualities. I think this is one of the biggest challenges when we talk about the production of this drink, of this palm wine. So furthermore, this will provide useful information to those that require it for medical and health purposes, thus helping to promote the international market for palm wine, thereby boosting the socioeconomic development of the producers. So let me know what is the consumption, your experience about palm wine here in India, and what do you think about it? How can it be relevant in sustainable ways for the local producers? How is valued this product from palm tree? Let me know if you have any experience and in your regions. Please let's discuss a little on this.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So I'm from basically from the southern part of India,
Yes.
that is Kerala. So in our area, it is widely cultivated. We call it as local toddy. So it is cultivated, and most of the people will bring it, and it is like it is like it is um, it is not having that much what it is traditionally consumed over Kerala, where I belong to.
Yes, but they are finding for some standardization for the ways to produce and to trying to produce it for a more general market, or only in the traditional in tradition for traditional consumer or local consumer.
Yeah, we will buy it also from markets.
Okay.
We will buy it and we will also consume it.
Okay.
It is not that much label, but we will buy it and we will consume it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your sharing.
So they don't make it like they make it in industries. It's just like a cottage industry that's made in rural areas and then consumed.
Yes, they consume in all, but in industry. My question is if here you have only that kind of traditional production and the local consumption, or if you are also developing some industry and mass large production. That was what I would like to know. of the situation you have here, because you have for the data I collected, I see special from the central regions to the south. You have a lot of these trees and the traditional consumption. What I would like to know if there is an intention, or already if you have this from the companies, from the industry, to make some production in a large scale, and of course they improve the standardizations, all these aspects regarding the quality of the product. That was what I would like to understand about.
Sir, it is available commercially.
Yes.
It is, I don't know, it's not available in Delhi this side, but in South India, in cities like Bangalore and Hyderabad, I don't remember the name, it's called Neera, N-E-E-R-A, the name of the company. And they also advertise these properties and these benefits of.
Okay. But they sell to other regions of India and even to other countries, or it is specially located on that south regions.
It's only local, probably it may
Local.
be available in Amazon in India, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Because I think that it would be interesting, of course, after the quality standardization of all this, to try to put this interesting drink in other regions, and why not in other countries, because I think it's very appreciated for local people, and of course that could be also more work and in the vision of the economical position. It could be interesting, at least from my perspective. I know perhaps I'm wrong, but because not all the products we think, of course, can have that capacity. Some products are more interesting to be only produced and consumed locally. But I don't know this. I think this drink can have some potential to be spread, to be widespread, and to be even exported to other locations.
So the company that was talking about, it has to be consumed within probably 8 hours or 6 hours. So
Yes.
it's probably not yet ready for exporting, because it will have to be processed further. So my question is, you mentioned melatonin and glutathione. How does lactobacillus in it, what is its mechanism of action? That does it act on tryptophan or its precursors? How does it work? Melatonin.
Yes.
And does it have any significance in terms of the RDA that of melatonin that is required? Would it,
if it has
any require daily allowance, that is recommended daily allowance of melatonin, would
No.
that have any significance?
Yes, yes, we don't have that values of recommendations, but we found in the literature that it can be a very interesting also research field, and of course the properties of this drink, of this wine, are not so well studied, especially internationally. But of course, it also related with its consumption and with its consumption. So one thing also depends of the author. If we see a product that can be of interest from international or global perspective, people will be more interested in studying it. So that's why I was asking it's widespread, and if it is only for local interest, or we can think on it or a more global interest. Thank you. Thank you for the question.
Sir, as he mentioned about that Neera, like I have also heard about it, but it's like considered as non-fermented and healthy drink.
Non-fermented.
Huh. But whereas toddy, it's like fermented and alcoholic. So in Kerala, most probably like it's like we get it locally. Like
Okay.
if you go in any village or any area, there'll be any one or two toddy shops.
Okay.
Huh. So it's like not marketed widely or labeled or
Yes.
companies or like that and all. It's available wherever you like any place of the Kerala you find any village, you ask them where the toddy is.
Okay.
They'll show you the shops.
That was my question. If you have already any company or anyone interested in make some standardization and label the drink and spread the marketing. So that was my question. So at this time, you only have that local.
Exactly. But local also it's like widely available. It's
Okay.
not like only particular village or particular place. In all the 14 districts you will find Like wherever
Okay.
you go, it's widely, very commonly available. If you ask for the toddy, it's nobody will say that okay, there is no toddy available in this place, only
Yes.
that place.
I think perhaps it could be interesting to see if it would be interesting to make that kind of work of labeling, of improve the quality standards regarding the production. If it is not working, to expand this drink to other regions and also to market it in a different manner. Uh,
Again, also that concern comes in, like wild and domestic. Even
Wild
if
and
that is,
domestic, yeah.
even if it is available like marketingly, everybody go for wild.
And I think that would also be very interesting if, for example, we go to those local markets and collect some different drinks and then go to the lab and compare it. We will see for sure very different nutritional content, composition component, and tasty content. This could be, I think, a very interesting, very interesting work because, of course, when you produce it traditionally with not standard ways of production, this will can vary a lot. So I think this could be a very interesting work to collect of some different regions this drink and how it is sold, and then compare the differences and make some sensory analysis and physicochemical analysis, and that would be, I think that would be interesting. And of course, if we intend to make it a more global product and to produce it in an industrial way with standards, very specific standards of quality, this should happen. We should have the product with very similar characteristics. So that
Sir,
would be
what about
interesting.
this point of view of yours? Like you said that it has antioxidant property and it has high sugar. So how
Yes.
can it like, won't
Yes.
it lead for diabetes more?
Yes, but they have also some other contents that can be very interesting in this way. And of course, it is important to say this should be included in a balanced diet. And of course, you have also here the content of alcohol. So it's like wine. In wine, for example, we have also antioxidant elements, resveratrol and other polyphenols, but also you have to pay attention to alcohol. So the idea is also from the sustainability point of view, and this I believe would also improve and increase the work in some of these regions and places of work and the industry in these places. But of course, you have to pay attention not only for one component, but all you can find in the food matrix. And so yes, you have high content of sugar and to pay attention on it. But of course, this content of sugar can also vary. We find in some places where this total sugar is not so high than the other. So this is why it is important to establish that standards for the production, because this way it's complicated to talk or to speak about their standard properties, because this content we will find very distinct differences, very different high differences in this content. Depends on the way we will produce.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, is there any toxicity related to its overconsumption, or that this much amount we have to drink or take it per day, as it contains, you have mentioned macro and micronutrients also. So there any toxicity reported?
No, at this moment that I know the studies, of course, if you will consume a lot, toxicity will happen as with with every foods. But at this time, no. Some problems are regarding the safety, and of course, the way it produces. It can be some problems reported with that, but toxicity regarding the you are mentioned to the best of my knowledge, no.
means any value above which we should not consume it. Any such value is not mentioned that.
No.
Okay. Like should we take it on daily basis or
No, on daily basis. Let's see. Of course, the toxic values are those reported in the guidelines for everything you have in the USDA, for example, or and also a health organization that you should intake more of that limit that is established. But of course, this is an alcoholic beverage, first of all. So of course, it is not supposed you drink as more as you can. So it be introduced in a balanced diet in the right portions. It's like the wine, for example. When we talk about the beneficial properties of red wine, it is not you to drink 5 liters of red wine per day. No, but that message is very important to give to the communities and to the people, because when people see, oh, it is good for our health, it is beneficial for our health to drink wine. So they will think that can drink whatever they want. And no, of course we have the benefit until some point, but if we drink, the foods are the same. If we eat more than we need, of course we may have some problems related to them. This is the same. This is the same when we talk about this product, and of course we are talking about alcoholic beverages, and of course these benefits we can have also in other products. Here the idea is also not only for this, because we have here a drink with some interesting properties that can be similar. Perhaps we can make that comparison with other kinds of wine, red wine, but of course with a lot of moderation. Yes, that is an important message. We must pass to the populations. That is very important to do. Yes, of course.
thank you,
Thank
sir.
you for your question.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, how does this palm wine support our immune function and good health?
Our immune function. It is similar to the wine. It has interesting compounds that can activate our immune system. But of course, this is a very emergent topic, and it is not well studied. It is not well studied. The mechanisms and all of that need to be furthermore studied.
Okay, sir.
And it is also regarded with the micronutrient contents that have, of course, well-known relation with the immune system. But this could be very interesting to make further studies and immunological studies that are not yet, because there is a very huge differences between the way we produce, and very huge differences between the contents of these drinks. So that's the reason that I think it would be first of all, to standardize a way of production, and then when we have that standardized product, let's see how is its content, the properties, and then proceed with further studies, because with what we know today, and what the kind of production we have, it is not perhaps not so interesting, because I will study this drink from this producer, and when I go to another one right on their neighborhoods, we see a very different product. So I think one of the great challenges is to standardize the production process, and to have a product with we produce in these terms, in this manner, in this condition. So this is the final product. So we will see what are their contents, their benefits, and so on.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Uh, Previous people say Nida.
Nira.
Nida, that means the synonyms of water. Neer. Neer
Nira.
means
Nira,
water.
that is the place, the city. Nira?
Nira is the
Or
Neer. In Hindi, we call water.
water.
Pani is the synonyms of water. This is called Neer.
Nil.
Neer, some company named this the Nida. Okay. Nira is something in India. Lots of 2-3 states are dry states. Okay, where I belong in Bihar, it is also a dry state. Okay, so in this state, government with the help of NGOs start a program just like people use alcoholic beverage is just like a palm, just like a fermented drink in the alternate option of alcoholic beverages. Okay, and the people consume safely for this for health
For health.
purpose. Okay, and government certified that it is good for health, and you can consume a little bit in every day. Or if it is once a week, whatever you
Okay.
demand. So it is the good for health. But in a traditional way, if you see, uh, we know that this is the some palm tree is in my area just like one ball, earthen pot ball, big size. In this pot, we collect them this uh, in the shape. Okay. Then after, if we consume before sun rises,
Before sunrise.
before sun rises, it is a good for health. But after time, after uh, time pass away, it is convert and fermented into the alcoholic beverages. But it is a if we consume fresh, it is a very good for health. And in south part, people use consume every day at least 2 liter, 3 liter every day.
Okay.
So it is the beneficial for health.
Yes, and of course that is different. Of course, when you consume it fresh. Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I wanted to ask, in Portugal, is there any traditional fermented drink that share similar microbial or nutritional characteristics with palm wine?
No, in Portugal, regarding this, a very similar drink we have to this. It's wine. We have a very high consume of red wine. So that is, I believe, the most known and the most traditional drink similar to this palm wine. It's red wine and also white wine, but more red wine that we have more tradition. Also, not only for drink but also to produce. We have huge fields of vineyards, especially in the north and center region of Portugal, and that's I think the most similar most similar drink to this. We don't have production of palm. We don't have their palm tree, so we don't produce nothing similar to this drink. But red wine, yes, and we have vineyards from grapes. It is what we most consume.
Okay, so thank you for your answer.
So, anyone wants to make any question?
I can share something about my state.
Yes.
Sir, we have a very traditional drink called Turani.
Called
Turani.
turari.
It's a god drink. God used to drink it. And it is a fermented rice water drink. They boil the rice or ferment the rice for 2-3 days and drink it by adding some salt, lemon, ginger in it. And it's very good for digestion, immune system, and skin and hair. So I just want to share it with you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So can you let us about fermented foods that are consumed in your area?
Uh, the truth is that fermented foods are not very consumed in my in my area. We have not sold that tradition, and you have, of course, for health issues. And with the studies now, we are adopted some fermented foods, but not traditional, as I said, from my place, from my country. We adopt some traditional fermented foods from other countries. Of course, we have also the consumption of dairy products, of yogurts, for example, the sokurt. I don't know if you know, that is a kind of vegetable that is from original from Germany, and then we adopt. But I wouldn't say that you have traditional consumption and production of fermented foods. Very different. This is a very different, for example, from you have here in your country. So that is why I would also like to learn more about what you have regarding this and production. I know that we are in a very specific region of dairy products. So I would like to learn more about this diversity of fermented foods. I believe for sure you have not only from dairy but also vegetables, fermented vegetables. You work. So please, if you want to share more.
Yeah, sure, sir. So in Haryana during winters we make kanji.
Kanji.
It's a fermented drink basically. We There are many ingredients in it like carrot, beetroot. We grate it and then keep it in the sun, and also small mustard seeds.
Mustard seeds.
Yes. Then a bit of salt and lemon. Then keep it in sun for 2-3 days, and after that strain it and drink it. It's very healthy and tasty as well. So it's consumed in my state, basically in Haryana.
Thank you.
So
And you have studies on that regarding their health benefits, their profile, nutritional composition.
yes,
That is a very, in my opinion, that is interesting to share with, because I don't know, but perhaps internationally this is not so well known. Maybe, of course, you here know about that, but I think that would be interesting to share that products, that food products with the international community.
yeah, sure, sir.
If you have studies, please share.
There are many studies, but not getting it right now to be the specific studies like
Okay.
what type of health benefits it has. Mainly, it is rich in antioxidant, vitamin C, and healthy good bacteria. That is helpful for gut microbiota.
Oh yes, of course, for the gut microbiota. That is also a very emerging topic of investigation nowadays, and
Yes,
also in
yes.
my country. That is also that the fermented foods are very discussed also in not only in my country but yeah, all over the world. So it is a very important role on the gut health and on the microbiota. Yes.
So, sir, we have many students from different states. So, I would like to
Yes,
request
yes. If each
if
one
they can share
can share
their
one,
states.
at least one,
Yes, yes.
one fermented food and
So
traditional
like
food,
we have
please.
food, like we call it as idli and dosa. Like we ferment, the rice is fermented overnight and the next day it's grind, like at the same day it's like grinded and kept for overnight fermentation. So then we steam cook it. Like if
Okay.
it's called like in mostly they call steam cooked rice idli. Huh? We say call it locally idli. And also as she mentioned about rice, also we say it as payangani. Like
Interesting.
the rice water we keep it for overnight and the
Mm.
next day just like adding any spices like salt or something, we just directly have it, chili
Interesting.
and all. Huh?
And I verified also that maybe in all meals you have the chapati and the naan, and I have tasted already very different kinds of that. I call bread. For me, it's bread, and different kinds of bread, and someone with also with that was fermented and with fermentation. Other no, and I see also on there you have very different. Perhaps I don't know, from different states you have different kinds of chapati or naan, no? Is that true?
Yeah, in
Yes.
different states we have like in
And
south part.
you mix spices and other elements to the chapati. No.
Yeah, they call this paratha, I think. Like in south we don't like make like huge varieties of chapati.
Yes.
Like we least consume chapati. Like in south it's like rice is the most consumed
most
space staple.
consumed.
Yeah, exactly. Huh. North, not in north. So that's it.
Thank you.
Sir, in north part, we consume different type of chapatis according to the season. So in summers, mainly is joe,
Joe.
barley.
Oh, barley in the summer.
Yes, in the summer, make chana, black gram, and barley chapati. It's what we say. It's bit helpful in tolerating summers here.
In some?
Summer heat. It helps to tolerate summer heat. Heat waves. Here in summers, temperature rises up to 48 degrees Celsius. So
Very
to
high.
tolerate that, barley and black gram flour is used to make the chapatis. And in winters, we consume pearl millet chapatis.
Okay. So
It's help in tolerating summer winters here. Like temperature is around 16, 17 degrees Celsius. So sometimes in some regions it's 4 as well. So according to the season,
yes,
shifted
you
the
have
chapati.
different kinds of
Yes.
chapati. Anyone more wants to share?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So, like from the region where I belong from is Maharashtra. It lies in the western part of India.
In the western.
In the western part of India, and we share a coastal region. It's called the Konkan region, and like basically, I don't know if you're aware of cashew fruit. So from the fruit, we make this fermented drink. It's basically a liquor, and it's called feni.
Penny.
Yeah, you'll find it in Goa as well. So that is one of the fermented liquors which we get in Maharashtra state or in the coastal regions basically. And talking about any fermented food which is like consumed in the whole region, or you can say like a sorghum. It's a type of millet.
Sorghum. Yes, yes.
So we basically ferment it and for almost 2 to 3 consecutive days, and we try to eat it with spiced buttermilk. So that is some sort of combination which we use as a fermented food, apart from like curd and rest of the common food ingredients or menus.
Interesting. Very interesting. All this diversity you you have.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, so here in Haryana, there is also a drink that we have in summers. It is called as Rabdi.
Zari.
Rabdi.
Dravi.
Yeah. So it is actually made with the wheat flour and oats, and we mix the wheat flour in the water. Wheat flour and barley flour, and then we mix it in water until it gets thickened, and then we gradually add the buttermilk into it, and then we ferment it for the several hours, and then we like serve it after it gets chilled or cool. Like it act as a refreshing drink, and it also like cools the body and it protects from the summer heat.
That must be particularly interesting in the summer, no? Because of the fresh sensation.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your sharing. Anyone wants to share some other traditional fermented food from your state, from your region?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm from Jharkhand, specifically from Kodarma. So there is a drink, specifically palm wine from date palm. It's called tadi over there.
Yes.
So tappers generally hang the earthen pot at the top of the tree and collect it in the early morning. And local people believed that it is matlab, consume it freshly. So as they believe that it is of high nutritious value and have various health benefits. Also, in Jharkhand, a rice fermented rice beer is there. It is called handi.
Andy,
Yes. So these are the two.
thank you. It would be interesting. We collect all this information and perhaps make a kind of a book with the characteristics of all these foods. I don't know if there is any any publication or any book or any guide with this, but I think it would be very interesting. Very interesting. Because some of this I don't know, but it is from local knowledge, and perhaps not every people knows this product, especially outside India. And I believe it could be very interesting to make a compilation with all of this, and of course more you have with how they produce locally, and why they consume, what are the benefits seen by the population, and then of course if we have some scientific studies, some profile characterization of their properties, of their components, of their beneficial health. So I think it would be interesting to make a kind of compilation with all of these foods you mentioned, and more you have, and it would be a great book, I think. Perhaps you have already one. I don't know. Regarding the traditional foods, traditional fermented foods in this case. Anyone more wants to? No, no.
Hello, sir.
Hello, good morning.
I'm from eastern part of India, basically.
To the eastern, yes.
Eastern part of India. So what I've seen there, that in most rural areas, fermentation occurs spontaneously, leading to uncontrolled microbial activity,
Yes, that's the problem.
which ultimately causes microbial contamination. So, and that that leads to foodborne illness among people. So that is what I let you know, that often lack of hygiene or awareness or knowledge often leads to life risk among people there. So that's
Yes,
it.
that's one of the reasons it is important to establish some quality standards and regarding the production. Yes, we have talked here. It is one of the main issues. It is regarding safe and uncontrolled conditions, and can enable the microbial and desirable growth.
Yes, sir. So
Yes,
true.
yes, I
So
agree.
true, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have one question. Could palm wine serve as a dietary supplement in regions with limited food diversity?
Sorry.
Could palm wine serve as a dietary supplement in the regions with limited food diversity?
If we can think on a diet supplement regarding, that's a good question. That's a good question. Perhaps because when you see the total content of at least of this palm wine that was analyzed, we see very interesting values of zinc, of potassium, of iron. Of iron, and talking with, regarding your cognitive deficiencies, you have need. Perhaps it could be that I know nobody went to study that and to make that, but it can be a good possibility. It can be a good possibility. Why not? Why not to think on a kind of supplement based on this on this palm? Why not? Why not? Why not? We have here some indicators that we can work on that. Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I want to share something regarding the different states of India having the different uh, local dishes or the regional dishes according to their tribal population. Recently, FSSAI has there was a global food regulatory summit in the New Delhi. There they have launched a new book named the Eat Right Thali book. In that book, they have described all the different states, their food culture, and how to prepare different traditional dishes. They have beautifully described about that. So in that, from that book, we can learn different traditional dishes that has been described. So
And and the book also comments on the composition of the foods around
Yes.
yes. Interesting, interesting.
This I want to share, and they have described it very beautifully.
Then, if you please share the reference of the book, I would be very interested on
It is recently launched. On that day, there was the launching day of that book. Na? So 26 September was the launching day for that book.
Oh, 1 month ago. Yes.
Yes.
But I'm very interested to learn about it. Yes. If you please share the where I can get the book, where I can see the content of the book, I'd be very very interested in that. Yes.
They will be uploading on the FSSAI website.
Yes.
From where we can get the PDF of that book.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I just want to share, like in northeast part of India, like I have few of my friends from there. So they who do have few fermented foods like fermented fish.
Fermented fish.
Yes,
Interesting.
they ferment the fish and soya bean. They ferment them and they eat. And then bamboo shoot. They ferment it and they eat. It's like a normal traditional dish in Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, and Manipur, like states. It's like commonly available and they like love it. Without that they won't eat the food. It's like that.
Interesting. Interesting.
Thank you.
I never tasted, so it would be interesting also for other people to taste how is.
Yeah, it's like different. Maybe I don't know. Like I personally experienced, like I could not accept that because they have like different kind of smell and flavor. I haven't like I just tasted bamboo shoot because of that smell. I could not tolerate
No,
it.
it's strong, I believe.
Yeah, it's very like a strong pungent smell. So you can't tolerate that. Yeah, fish also like visual absorbent.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's like a blackish type. So acceptance in other states, though those who don't know, those who are willing to taste it, they can. Or else it's like very difficult to. And soya bean also, it's like like we think that okay, it's soya bean basic, it won't be like that. But the smell, I think 500 meters also you'll get that smell. It's like
I
that.
can see that they are.
Yeah, and they like they themselves also say that it has a pungent different smell, but because of the taste and the routine they follow, they don't feel like it's different. They love it.
They love it.
Yeah.
Interesting, interesting. Thank you for this sharing. Also.
So, you might had come across jalebi as a sweet. You also have tasted it. That is also a fermented food.
Oh yes.
Jalebi, that round
Yes,
jalebi.
yes, for
That
sure.
is also
Also fermented.
so that is also a fermented sweet available in northern parts of India.
Yes.
You might have enjoyed it.
Yes.
Yes.
I enjoy almost. I think everything sweet. I have enjoyed it.
Yes.
Yes, it's easier to. Yes. And you have also a very different kind of sweet dishes. I have tried. I don't know, perhaps more than 10 or varieties of dishes. And you mix also the the fermented sweet dishes, and also the dried fruits, and also some dairy products on the sweet. It is very different the way you use your raw material, your ingredients, to think on and to elaborate the in this case the sweets. Yes, yes. And though at least all I've tried, very tasteful.
And here we have like tortilla, that is chapati also, that is known as khamiri roti.
Okay.
In that, yeast is used as a fermented product. So we use yeast in that chapati, and it is known as khamiri roti. So it is basically a Mughal time cuisine that is used with a basically with a non-veg gravy dishes cuisines. It is
Cuisines.
used.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Chole bhature. He might have not eaten that. Sir, I think you are not aware of chole bhature, that fluffy chapati that is also fermented
Fermented, yeah.
paratha, or you can say that tortilla. That is also fermented
Tortilla.
product. Yes. Thursday. Manan.
It is very good experience for me for a good interactive session with every.
Sorry?
I wanted to say thanks to everyone, my teachers and everyone.
Sir,
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, why is it necessary to changes in wine microbiome during the fermentation?
Why?
Why is it important to change in wine microbiome during the fermentation?
To change the wine?
Change in wine microbiome.
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. Why is important to change the wine? I don't know. That's a good question. Who wants to answer it? Why it is important to change the microbiome in the wine? That's a good question.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, in our communities, it is very difficult to accept an alcoholic drink. So perhaps it's have several health benefits and large number of bioactive components which are helpful in curing several diseases. But still, it's lacking in our society that we accept a certain drink which is alcoholic.
Yeah, especially in some places, I think that alcohol is
Especially
not
in India, in most of the places we are not consider a alcoholic drink. So
is
that,
not well accepted. Yes.
but I think our generation and generation after us can promote wine as a dietary component as it has several health benefits. Thank you.
And perhaps I don't know, but in some regions it is also prohibited, isn't it? The alcohol, the alcohol consumption. Of course, we have to take that into consideration.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I just want to ask what kind of foods pair well with palm wine?
What kind of food?
Foods pair well with palm wine.
Foods we can with palm wine. It depends. I think that that fish could be very interesting. The mixture of palm wine with fish. I experimented once the palm wine, and with fish it went very good. But of course, that will depends of your preferences, and of course of the location where the palm wine is produced and the other food products that are available. I have that experience with fish, with fresh fish, but of course you may have it with other with vegetables, with meat, and that will depends of the because this can be produced in distinct environments, distinct places. So of course we will make preference of other local products, and this can vary. But with fish, it results good.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, another dish, fermented dish. So it's known as curd rice.
Curd rice.
Curd rice, yes.
Oh, for the name, I can imagine you are mixing the curd with the rice.
Yes, yes. So firstly, we cook the rice, or if in some cases, if the rice is like in the dinner, we cook some rice, and it's some of them are left. It's not consumed. So next day, we use that rice to make the curd rice.
Interesting.
Okay, there are mixing curd with rice, adding some seasonings like curry leaves, then mustard seeds, a bit of spices, or some oil to make it more tasty.
Tasty. Interesting.
Another thing is we make pal millet khichdi. It's also fermented.
Okay.
We add like we boil the pal millet. First, a bit of it we grind it, make small pieces, not too much, but yes, half or one fourth of the pal millet seed. Then we cook it in water, boil it properly to make it soft. After that, it's kept it overnight, and then in the morning, it's consumed with curd or buttermilk.
Yeah, sometimes the problem of this, and especially when are produced at our house, at home and local, it's the time we need, of course, the fermentation time and the time we need to make this possible to produce. It's not like a normal meal we can make in 10-15 minutes in the oven, or at least we are more accustomed, and that's one of the reasons because we don't use very fermented foods, and also and the fermented foods used are industrial ones. So nobody in Portugal make fermented foods in their homes. The time needed for that, it's not possible to be conjugated with the lives of people. We are on the era that we are using more ultra processed foods, not even the fresh ones, the normal ones, but the ultra processed foods. People want to make their meals or want to prepare their meals in 5 minutes. So that's the opposite of what are we talking about? The time needed to be one day to another, the fermentation. So it's very interesting, of course, and it would be very interesting to people that time to that. But in my society, that is very, very, very complicated. Yes.
Some of the pickles are also made using fermentation,
Yes,
like
pickles.
radish, carrots,
Yes.
and garlic, cauliflower, etc.
Yes, you have some vegetables there also in Europe that are industrialized, of course, fermented. The cauli and some kind of other vegetables that are also sell in the supermarket, of course, you buy it already fermented. Because people in their homes don't have the possibility and have the time to make it. So some kind of industrialized fermented products we can find. Not too much, but we can find.
Yes.
Anyone wants to make any comment? To share anything else? No?
So, what are your thoughts, like, when you talk about liquor, and when we talk about that they share a health benefit? But what I believe is that it's basically the liquor companies which sponsor certain institutes or certain agencies which promotes that consumption of liquor is good for health. Whereas when we see through a broader perspective, it is more of a like, what do you call it, a hazard for a body.
We have to be very careful with that claims of the promotion of health effects, especially when we are talking of alcoholic drinks. So I think some of you have already made this appointment, this question, and it's not the specific case of palm wine. We have other alcoholic drinks that we may, or the industry, or who sells these products, are claiming for their health benefits. And of course, you can find in their composition some components that are related with health, but of course, those components are also found in other products, and perhaps in these other products, the health benefits are even higher. And the alcohol, until now, we can find no health benefits that come from alcohol, but yes, negative effects. So the question here is the balance of what can I achieve from good and not so good from that product. And of course, who are selling, who wants to sell the product, will want to highlight the benefits, the health impacts, but we have to analyze very well the product as entire, and have to see the whole component, see of course the portions we will intake of that product, in the specific case of this drink, because people that not usually have the habits to drink it, or to drink alcoholic beverages, they can have the benefits related to this in other products, and not with the intake of alcohol. And of course, for people that are not allowed to drink alcoholic for very kind of reasons, of course, they will not have to start to consume alcoholic drink to have that benefit. So this is very important, the way we pass the message, and the way we see this kind of products, because one thing is the vision, or is the message that the seller, or the company, or any people wants to sell the product, and the other thing is the vision you must see as potential consumers. So of course we must be very cautious, especially when we are talking about alcoholic content beverages. Yes, that is a very important appointment of this session, and for when we are talking about alcoholic beverage and the benefits related to them that we can find, of course, but be cautious.
It's like, what I believe is, when we use the term fermented drink, given that it has alcohol, it
Yes.
plays with our mind that okay, it's a fermented drink. Might be it is good for health. Might be it can be good for our health. But whereas when we see in the clear perspective that it's basically alcohol and it has nothing to do with the word fermentation. Whereas when we talk about fermentation with the foods which don't give the end product as alcohol.
Yes.
So that's what I believe is that we should bifurcate these two things. That fermented drinks, it should be only with the ones which don't give the end product as alcohol.
Yes.
Whereas alcoholic drinks means basically the only drinks which gives the end product as alcohol.
Yes, yes.
And we should not combine these two words, like fermented
Yes,
alcoholic
yes.
drink. It
Yes,
plays with our mind.
yes,
That's what
it's
I
important.
think.
But I'm talking about this specific, that we have a fermented and with alcohol.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. It's important not to mix the concepts. So we can have fermented drinks without alcohol. Yes, yes, of course, for sure.
For example, when we if we will try discussing this with some kid who's in standard 10th or class 10th, what he'll get confused with, if it is a fermented drink, which he's been taught that fermentation is a good thing, because curd is also fermented food product.
Yes, yes.
It will play with his mind. That's what I think.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, for sure.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So my question is that it has good amount of ethanol, and ethanol causes gut dysbiosis. So even if it has a lot of good microbes and it is good for the microbiome, it will just cancel out each other, right?
Yes, you have to balance this, and apart of the good microbes you mentioned, it has also polyphenols and components that are also studied as well cardioprotective. But in the other way, of course, you have the ethanol. Here you have to see, and you have to see the balance. Yes, yes, for sure, you are
Sure,
right.
definitely.
Yes, yes, you are right.
Thank
That's
you.
for sure. Anyone? I don't know. We are also in time. I don't know. One more question? One more comment? Yes, please. Good morning.
Sir, in our country, ghee is consumed more than butter, which is known as like clarified butter. But in most of the countries, clarified butter is less consumed or like it is banned. So,
Why? Why it is banned?
like uh, ghee is considered ghee or like clarified butter is like we believe that it is more nutritious, but in other countries people don't use it. They use butter over uh, ghee. Why is it like that?
Yes, but I don't know why it is banned. It was why that kind of butter is banned. Yes. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful session. Your lecture offered a fascinating look into the science behind this traditional beverage. You explained how palm wine prepared from different plant species like coconut oil and date palms holds great cultural and nutritional importance in many tropical regions. We learned about its rich composition of sugars, protein, minerals, and B vitamins, which makes it an excellent medium for beneficial microbes such as lactic acid bacteria and yeast. These microorganisms not only shape the flavor and aroma but also add probiotic and health promoting properties. You also highlighted the need for standardized production, safe handling, and proper labeling to improve the quality, safety, and market potential of palm wine. Thank you once again, sir, for sharing your expertise and deep insights. Since we spent the last session discussing all the kinds of tempting cuisines and sweets, it's not fair to it's fair to give ourselves a little treat too. So let's head for a refreshing tea break. Please join us after the break as we'll be having a national speaker, Dr. Amit Kumar Rai, for the second lecture. Thank you so much.